Purchasing decisions with long-term implications usually have a familiar outcome. You end up going with the safest choice. But if you're a driving enthusiast who's also in the market for a mid-sized luxury sedan, now might be the right time to take a chance. No, you're not seeing double. The latest XF doesn't look a whole lot different from the model it replaces. But don't let the design similarities fool you, because the second generation XF has been fully recast from nose to tail. Despite a 2-inch longer wheelbase, the XF checks in nearly 265 pounds lighter than its predecessor thanks to an aluminum-intensive platform. The sheet metal affixed to this lightweight structure is also more than just easy on the eyes. Reflecting a more focused evolution of the outgoing model, the latest XF is the personification of British design. Virtually every line exists for a reason. And you know what? I think the best way to learn about the design is to hear it described by a British person.
The XF's trademark coupe-like design now features shorter front and rear overhangs. And unlike a London bus, this superbly aerodynamic silhouette yields 0.26 coefficient of drag. That's me done. I'm off for a cup of tea. Cheerio.
This purpose-driven evolution continues inside, where the XF trades chrome accents and daring design in favor of a simple, elegant layout. The centerpiece is Jaguar's next-generation In-Control Touch Pro infotainment system, a piece of hardware so impressive that it deserves extra airtime. Backed by a quad-core processor, graphics by Intel, and a 60GB solid-state hard drive, In-Control Touch Pro is quite possibly the fastest touchscreen infotainment system we've ever tested. In addition to continuously updated cloud-based maps from Nokia here, the home screen can be customized to include user-defined tiles for the features you use most, which in turn reduces driver distraction. And, not unlike Audi's virtual cockpit, the 10.2-inch main display communicates directly with the 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster. That said, In-Control Touch Pro will set you back a pretty penny. On a more practical note, the front seats are as roomy as you'd expect in a vehicle of this size, with plenty of side bolstering and lumbar support for both driver and front passenger. And while only the Mercedes E-Class offers seat massagers, that shouldn't stop you from bringing your own. Your biological seat massagers will be treated to ample legroom and headroom, though only in the outboard positions, along with optional convenience features like individual climate control, sunshades, seat heaters, and mood lighting. At 19.1 cubic feet, the XF's trunk is roughly 25% larger than that of its closest competitors. But there are some drawbacks. Materials quality, while not terrible, ranks near the bottom of the class. The HVAC system is conspicuously noisy even at the lowest setting, and kind of an oddball issue in this day and age, but the gas pedal is positioned too closely to the brake pedal. So when you switch from the brake to the gas, the outside of your foot gently brushes against the accelerator. So why, given all these foibles, do we still really like the XF? This is why. It turns in, accelerates, brakes, and even exits corners like a proper sports car, not some bloated luxury barge. The ride is also impressively compliant during normal driving conditions, a feat in and of itself for a car with such a high degree of quartering composure. Consequently, overall ride quality is comparable to that of the BMW 5 Series and Audi A6. The same goes for cabin noise levels at cruising speeds. Two engine types are available, each connected to a quick-witted 8-speed automatic transmission. Oddly enough, the standard mill is a 2-liter 4-cylinder diesel that turns out 184 horsepower and 318 pound-feet of torque. Along with a respectable 0 to 60 time of around 8 seconds, diesel-equipped XFs return up to 40 mpg on the highway in real-world driving, and do it without sounding like a garbage truck. For those who are just here for the gasoline, a 3-liter supercharged V6 is offered in 2 tunes, 340 horsepower in the lower 4 trims, and 380 horsepower in range-topping S models. Both versions return average fuel economy figures in the low 20 mpg range. Every engine can be paired with Jaguar's highly recommendable instinctive all-wheel drive system, which, according to our testing, has no meaningful impact on fuel economy. We're also happy to report that the XF's exorbitant price premium over its competitors has finally been put to rest. With the starting price of right around $48,500, including destination fees, the XF now undercuts rivals like the Infiniti Q70, Mercedes-Benz E-Class, and BMW 5 Series by a few $1,000s. That said, the equally refined Lexus GS starts closer to $46,000 and comes with a host of standard equipment to boot. Speaking of which, equipment in base XF models consists of xenon headlights, passive entry with push-button start, rain-sensing windshield wipers, 8-way power front seats wrapped in leatherette, and a decent-sounding 11-speaker Meridian audio system controlled through an 8-inch touchscreen. High-end standards indeed, until you realize a backup camera requires a step up to the $50,000 premium grade. Ignore putting your kids through college, and you can drive away with goodies like a 360-degree camera system, power-operated trunk, head-up display, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, speed sign scanning that works great, until some punk kids modify the sign to read 80 miles an hour in a parking lot, and the most overreactive and noticeably inaccurate collision avoidance system we have ever encountered, all for the doorbuster price of just under $80,000. It may not be the most refined entry among business class sedans, but if your priorities stretch well beyond basic qualities like luxury, comfort, and power, the Jaguar XF is the emotional choice that's now more recommendable than ever.